What is up, guys? I hope all you guys are having a fantastic day. So right now, this is more of an unexpected video, but if you've been in tune with the national team, the U.S. national team, you know that they lost 3-1, I believe, or 2-1 to Trinidad and Tobago, as well as just losing a couple games, and pretty much they're not qualifying for the World Cup. And this is the first time since about 30 years, since 1980s, I believe, that they're not going to qualify for it. And it's really sad, because our country is full of so much potential, and we already know we have the athletes to play any sport. We've pretty much conquered so many sports in this world, and the U.S. is a big nation, so we have a lot of diversity and a lot of different kinds of players. So yeah, that's upsetting, and I just wanted to talk about that. And it's sad that for the first time in my life, we're not going to the World Cup. And along this, I wanted to talk about what I think personally is wrong with the national team and the system around it. So one thing is, there's too many cracks in this system that we have. There's the MLS, there's the NASL, and there's the USL. And then after that, there's the PDL, NPSL, and various other leagues. But I feel like we need more filler leagues in between those leagues, because there's so much talent. There's so many players that want to play the game at a high level. But for instance, here in Portland, we have 2 NPSL teams. That's about 4th division on that tier. But on those 2 teams here in Portland, which is Portland, the big town, the big city, and then Beaverton, Gresham, Salem, and the surrounding cities, only 2 teams to represent this whole area. And those 2 teams, you could have probably 22 players and 22, so that's 44 players to fill 2 teams up for this whole area, which is a big area for 2 teams at that level. So imagine to all the kids that didn't know about these tryouts, or didn't get enough time to be seen by the coaches, or whatever reason, and they're better than many of these players that get on this team, because sometimes there's a lot of, I'm not going to say it's corruption, but it's who you know. Like, if you know the coach and he knows you, then he'll bring you on, and if you have a friend, so on and so on. And that's just natural. But we need more teams, we need more leagues, we need to make this bigger, because if there was, let's say, 6 teams in just that division here in Portland, imagine how many more players could get put on and have a little bit of light shine on them to be seen a little bit more. And this not only happens at the adult level, but this happens at the youth level, and it happens a lot. And the problems there at the youth level is, I wouldn't say it's much of the filler thing as in the adults, but I would say that in the youth level, a lot of it comes to the money, because when I played club, it was pretty expensive, and although we could pay for most of it, I could only imagine people that are not in a good situation financially, that, I don't know, single mothers or parents who work minimum wage, things like that. Those are the kids mostly that are minorities, and unfortunately sometimes they don't have enough money, or they don't have the info to know, hey kid, there's a higher level for you, because most of those kids play in what is called the Barrio League, and that's the Mexican leagues, that's the African leagues, that's all the leagues that are not connected to the leagues that could get you somewhere. So there's got to be a way to combine those, to make those into one. Okay, Mexican league, do your thing, but connect with us. Be like the underground of us. Then from here, you could come here and here and here. But once you get up here, which is the professionals and the semi-pros and the amateurs, it's just like, this is one level, and then the other level's up here. Like there's so much stuff that happened in between that players don't have the opportunity because we just don't have leagues in there. So that's one thing we need to fix. We need to get more leagues, more top leagues, because here in Portland we have amateur league, and after that we have the USL Pro. We have a PDL team, but that's in Salem, and that's only one team. At least in California, as what I know, they have UPSL, and UPSL is doing a great job because they have about 3 leagues, and then they have more stuff going on. But there's many parts in the country where it's not together. It's like it's just out of it. And I think that's a major thing we need to do. We need to help minorities a lot, because a lot of those kids are so talented. Like, you don't understand how talented these minority kids are. Hispanics, blacks, Asians, whatever it may be. Even white people. Like, there's a lot of white people that just don't have the financial security, or they just don't know. Because in this country, we just don't have the information sometimes. There's just so many things that's got to stop. And the number one thing I believe is we got to stop thinking that soccer is a physical sport. Okay? That's the number one thing. Soccer is played with your feet and your mind. Alright? Why do you think teams like Spain and Argentina and all these guys that are short, they can play? Because you don't have to go to that 50-50. You don't have to go to that high ball. Just, if you don't get put into that situation, then you could play smart. You could play around them. And that's the thing that here in the U.S. is neglected. Not on the underground scene, not in the youth, like a lot of the youth level, but when it comes to the organized teams, like the academies, the clubs, and all that, and even the professional teams, it's like you're so choked up into doing this, do that, do this, do that, where they're not letting you be yourself. If you do a dribble and let's say it didn't work, instead of encouraging you, hey, it's okay, but maybe next time don't try it in that situation, but try it in this situation. But go for it. Keep doing that. Keep letting them have confidence. No, it's not like that here, at least with my experience. And I could say that with 99.9 of my coaches. There's been but 2 coaches in my whole lifetime that have let me be myself. And most of those were minority coaches. So it just comes to the ideology of, no, you need to play that long ball. You need to play him run. Just, the football here is a lot of running and running and running. But now that I talked all that bad stuff, but now that I've been watching the youth games and a lot of like high school soccer, we're doing really good now. Very good. It surprised me. I've been watching kids now playing. I'm just like, holy shit. Give us a good 12 years. Holy shit. We're gonna be on top. And I think with this not qualifying to the World Cup thing, it'll be a blessing for us, and it'll be a time for this country to open up their eyes to many of the things that we have neglected in soccer. And I think this is going to help us at the end of the day. And I still think the U.S. has so much potential, and we're going to do good. Because I've seen it with, like I said, with the high school kids, the youth kids. I'm just so impressed with what's going on, you know. Just about 10 years ago, we were just playing chasing the ball, you know. But now it's like they're touching the ball, and I'm just like, wow. As long as they give them freedom at some point, then nobody could really stop us. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video to let you know what I think could be worked on. And let me know in the comments below what you think. Is this a good... I mean, of course it's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing that we're not going to the World Cup. But you think this is going to help us for the long run? Let me know, guys. I just wanted to get this off my chest. And let's go, U.S. We could still do something big. I really believe in this country, and I believe in our abilities, because we have so much players, so many potential. And we just need to start playing up here more. No more English style, no more long ball style. It's just not working. Let's play something attractive to us. I think it's an explosive passing move game because we have the athletes, and if we could only start doing more of the football, it'll work. So I hope you guys have a great day, and as always, keep working hard, stay humble, and remember, one day we will reach the top. I'll see you next time.